Assalamu alaikum everyone. So recently I uploaded a picture of these books that I purchased on my Instagram and my Facebook, and I've received some interest from friends who wanted me to do a review and also to show them a few of the pages. So I just thought I'll try and do a video and upload it on YouTube so perhaps other parents could also benefit from it. So for the past 18 months I had another copy of these Qaida book, and I've been using it with my eldest daughter, and it's been really useful. Let me just show you the first few. Let me start with the content. So this is the content. This is what to expect. You have all the alphabets, and then you have all the different haraka rules, and then you have all the different mud rules. And then let me just try and get to level 1. So that's level 1, which is just basic letters, and it's really nicely laid out. Nice and easy. It has a reward chart. I've used other Qaida and I found this one to be the most useful. The good thing I love about this book is the fact that there's a lot of content, and there's all these little reminders of hadiths and quotes from the Quran. So level 2, look, there's another beautiful hadith. Level 2. Another thing about what I like about this book is before each level starts, they sort of give you a bullet point of what to expect and what they want you to learn. These are all the letters jumbled up just to help children to memorize it better, and then slowly it goes on to joined up so they can learn to read them in different format from different in different Qurans as well. Let me just quickly show you other pages as an example. There you go, and it's really nicely, easily laid out. So that's your Qaida to learn your alphabet. And then you can go on to the rules of Tajweed. This is really complex, so this is more for the advanced reader. I'm thinking probably another few years until my daughter can get to that one. And then you have your dua and surah memorization. So I might try and use this with my eldest daughter. It's got things like all the different duas and surahs that one needs to memorize. Let me show you some examples. So level 1, so things like that, the kalima, how to greet another Muslim, and so on. And that's in Arabic as well. This is just to help them. Actually, the way it's laid out, you can read it. If they learn the alphabet, they should be able to read it by then. So this is all the letters. Out of all the books that I've had, I would prefer to use these as only because the letters are large and it's you can really easily read them. And I'm hoping it will be useful for my daughter. So that's book 1, and then you have book 2. Again, those are more longer surahs, and then you have Ujuzamma. And then you come to these books. So these are Islamic studies. There's a textbook and then there's a workbook, and it goes year by year. So year 1, year 2, year 3, 4, 5, and 6. So to give you an example, let me just show you. So the textbook are more like storybooks that you can just sit down and read with them. So stories of Prophet Muhammad, of the Sahaba, stories from the Quran, about other prophets, and so on. And this is a fun way to teach them about Islam. So that's book 1. Year 1 rather. And then you go on to year 2, and it's very similar format. Lots of pictures, lots of colours. It's a really fun, interactive way for them to learn. I think the thing I like about these books are the fact that they are very similar to how children will be taught at school. For example, in math and English and so on. So it's a very similar format, just to keep their interest in the subject and help them to visualise what they're learning and what they're reading. Then we go on to workbook. Workbooks are similar. This is what it is. And what I would do is probably photocopy them and then get them just to colour in, fill it in for each child. Only because I've got 3 children, so it just makes sense just to photocopy it and give a copy each to each child so that they can do it. And I think this one, year 1, it looks really easy. I might just start my 4-year-old on this, and then she can progress on to the next. And then this is more complex, so look at that. A word puzzle. Fantastic. That should be nice for actually the older ones. A bit more challenging. Okay, just to give you an example, let me quickly jump to year 6 just to show you what to expect. Again, it's very similar, a lot of filling out, a lot of answering in. So that's the workbook, which I would use as a worksheet. And then let me just go on to the textbook and just jump to year 6 to give you an example. Again, more stories. You know what, these books are so heavy. There's so much content in this that I really feel that it's good value for money. And I know this will keep me busy for the next 6 to 7 years, probably even more. Only because, we are really busy mums. Well, I'm a really busy mum. Balancing everything, trying to balance everything anyway. And I know it will take me longer to teach my children. What I tend to do is just sit down with them for about 20 minutes a day. Well, 20 minutes every other day, and try and do something, one subject with them at a time. Okay, and that's the whole book. I hope, that's the whole set. I hope this video has been useful. If there's any questions, please let me know via my Instagram, Not Super Mummy, and my Facebook as well, if you know my personal Facebook. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.